My name is Ksenia, and I was 26 years old at the time, working as a nurse in a city hospital. The days in the ward were intense, endless dressings, injections, rounds, and conversations with patients. The hospital, with its long corridors and the smell of antiseptic, had become my second home. The work was exhausting, but I loved helping people. Then Milena came into my life. She was 28 and had transferred to our hospital from another clinic. Milena was a senior nurse in the intensive care unit. Tall, with dark hair always tied back in a neat bun, and gray eyes that seemed to see right through you. She was confident, professional, and could calm any patient with just her presence. We often crossed paths during shifts, especially when her department needed extra hands. Our friendship began in the break room. It was late at night, and I was sitting with a cup of coffee from the vending machine, trying not to fall asleep after a long shift. Milena walked in, tired but smiling. "Ksiusha, mind if I join you?" she asked, sitting across from me. We started talking about work, patients, life. She shared that she had gone through a divorce a year earlier, and now her life revolved around the hospital. I admitted that I had never had a serious relationship, only fleeting encounters that faded quickly. We clicked, and from that evening, we started talking more often. Our meetings became a ritual. Smoke breaks on the hospital balcony, where we shared stories under the starry sky. Milena had an incredible sense of humor. Her sarcastic jokes made me laugh, even after the toughest shifts. One day, after a grueling shift when we saved a patient from a heart attack, she hugged me in the hallway. "You did great, Ksio," she said, and her embrace was so warm that I felt safe. In that moment, I realized she was more than just a friend. Everything changed at a staff party for Medical Workers' Day. We gathered at a small cafe near the hospital. Wine, music, laughter. The atmosphere was light. Milena looked stunning in her black dress, and I couldn't take my eyes off her. At some point, she pulled me outside to smoke. We stood under the starry sky, and she suddenly said, "Ksio, do you know what you mean to me?" I froze, my heart pounding. She took my hand, and the world seemed to stop. It was the beginning of something new. We started seeing each other, but kept our relationship a secret. The hospital wasn't fond of gossip, and we didn't want unnecessary talk. But that made every moment special. Stolen glances in the hallways, shared smiles in the cafeteria, supporting each other after tough shifts. Once, we almost got caught. The head doctor walked into the break room when we were sitting too close, but we quickly pretended to discuss the schedule. A few months later, we decided we wanted more. We rented a small apartment near the hospital. Living together felt surprisingly harmonious. We cooked dinners, talking about our day, watched movies curled up on the couch, or simply sat in silence, enjoying each other's company. Milena taught me new medical techniques, and I helped her cope with stress. She often worried about her patients. Work at the hospital wasn't always easy. One day, we lost a patient we had fought hard to save. It was tough for both of us. We sat in her apartment, holding each other, crying. "We did everything we could," she whispered, and I knew she was right. Those moments brought us even closer, showing that we were a team, not just at work but in life. Our relationship grew, and eventually, we stopped hiding. Our colleagues accepted us, though some were surprised at first. Times were changing, and the hospital became not just a workplace, but the place where our love was born. Milena became my home, my purpose. I learned from her to be stronger, more confident, and she said I brought light into her life. Looking back now, I realize that our era wasn't just a romance. It's a story of two people who found each other amidst the hospital's chaos and stress. Ksenia and Milena, two nurses whose love became a pillar of strength in a world where every day was a challenge. And I know this is just the beginning.